Adapting any manga into an anime is no small feat, but when it comes to Boruto, the challenge is even more complex. Boruto's adaptation into anime presents a far more challenging problem than any other manga. As you can see, unlike his predecessor Naruto, which was released in manga weekly, Boruto's source material is released monthly. However, there's a catch. The anime was broadcasted every week. Doesn't that sound like a formula for serious problems with the pace of things? Let us put this into context, shall we? What would you do if you were reading a captivating book and you could only read one chapter per month? Now, there's a television show based on that novel with a new episode airing each week. To fill up the voids, the showrunners must be creative. These are Boruto's planets. This produces what many fans refer to as filler content or anime canon, which consists of episodes or arcs that do not appear in the manga. Although some filler may add richness to the landscape and characters, too much of it might give the sense that the main story is going at a snail's pace. Consider a situation similar to One Piece, where both the manga and animation are issued on a weekly basis. Because the anime is more closely based on the manga, the pacing feels more consistent, and even with that, One Piece's pace is still kinda dragged out. The story does not wander from its planned direction, and there's little to no room for filler. Take, for example, Jujutsu Kaisen, a weekly manga produced in the style of a seasonal anime. Because of this strategy, the anime can keep a strong relationship with the manga without expanding beyond its bounds. The anticipation builds up, much like you wait for the next season of your favorite TV show, and the payoff is usually well worth it. However, Boruto does not have the luxury of doing so. To keep the weekly anime going, the creators had to integrate new stories, which can sometimes elicit a variety of reactions. While some fans loved the extended universe, others said it deviated too far from the manga's central storyline. Finding the correct technique to translate a story from one medium to another is always difficult. A delicate balance must be achieved between being true to the original material and keeping the television audience's attention week after week. Furthermore, when the source material is as limited as Boruto's, striking that balance becomes even more difficult. For example, with One Piece, we know how many episodes One Piece is and how stretched out One Piece is, and it's a weekly manga. Just imagine if One Piece was a monthly manga and a weekly anime. We'd probably be at episode 5000 by now. This topic right here has sparked a heated debate among supporters. Would it be more accurate to evaluate Boruto only on the adaptation, or should we treat it as a different entity? It is an issue that is frequently raised in fan-oriented conversations and online forums. Now, let's shift gears and talk about Boruto himself. Let's just say that he wasn't winning any popularity contests when the show initially started. When compared to his father Naruto, who was a lovable underdog, he was perceived as being a brat, which was a dramatic contrast. The problem about characters, however, is that they develop and change over time, and Boruto is not an exception to this rule. At first, the manner in which Boruto carried himself was offensive to a great number of his followers. A family, recognition, and a life that was somewhat comfortable were all things that he had possessed, which Naruto did not have while he was growing up. Additionally, it gave the impression that he was ungrateful, particularly to fans who had grown up with Naruto's struggles. Boruto, on the other hand, began to undergo transformations as the episodes continued to air. The child started to develop into an adult. It was then that he began to see the significance of long hours of work, the significance of relationships, and the burden of duty. When we look at Boruto and Naruto about the same age, we observe two quite distinct paths that they have taken. Unlike Boruto, who focuses more on personal development, Naruto was more about conquering challenges from the outside world. He is gaining the ability to emerge from the shadow cast by his father and to forge his own way. The fact that Boruto's character has developed over time is what makes him more approachable at this point. It is no longer the case that he is only the son of the Hokage. He is now a ninja in his own right, and he is confronting obstacles and making decisions that are shaping who he is becoming. While it is true that he's not flawless, but who is? However, this is the lovely aspect of his personality. As a result of his mistakes, he is able to grow and learn from them. Many fans have developed an appreciation for the journey because they recognize a portion of themselves in the challenges and victories that Boruto experiences. Let's get into a particular facet of the Boruto series that is not as well discussed but is nonetheless significant: the behavior that occurs within the community. When it comes to the enormous ocean of anime fandoms, it is common knowledge that there are currents of competition and a desire to outdo one another. In the instance of Boruto, things has taken a somewhat peculiar turn in the right direction. There have been instances where members of the Boruto community have been guilty of engaging in behavior that can only be characterized as trolling. Among these are the slandering of other world-like series, such as One Piece, on social media channels like Twitter and YouTube. Using this strategy is a technique to attract attention and, in a sense, to maintain Boruto's position in the spotlight. This kind of conduct is not simply about competitiveness between fans, rather it is about attempting to maintain relevance in an anime landscape that is continuously changing and competitive. To keep up with times, however, Boruto does not have to stoop to these strategies in order to maintain its relevance. Boruto Tubu Vortex is an example of the big time skip that occurs in the manga. Whether you're a fan or a critic, it is difficult to ignore the intriguing storyline and character development that occurs over this time period. To suggest that Tubu Vortex is top quality will be an understatement. This proves that when Boruto does something right, it really hits the mark. It is a testament to the truth. It illustrates the series can exist on its own, enticing readers with the narrative richness and twist. In the light of this, the question arises, why engage in trolling and slander? Boruto has shown that it is capable of attracting viewers with its own characteristics, particularly what is going on right now, Boruto Tubu Vortex. If it's compelling, the shadows of argument are unnecessary. Healthy rivalry and fan passion are two factors that contribute to the anime scene's vibrancy. However, there comes a moment where the topic shifts from a spirited debate to one that is simply toxic. When it comes to Boruto or any other series, the emphasis should be on the quality of the content rather than bringing down other anime in order to stay relevant. After following in the footsteps of a legendary figure, each and every step is carefully examined. It is the case that Boruto, the successor to Naruto, which is widely considered to be one of the most popular anime series of all time, is like this. Boruto is under a great deal of strain as a result of the comparison between the two, which is something that cannot be predicted. Not only was Naruto an anime, but it was also a craze that swept the world. It told the story of a young underdog who fought against all obstacles and won the hearts of millions of people. This meant that when Boruto finally arrived, everyone's expectations were through the roof. Nevertheless, here's the catch. Boruto is a whole different animal. Not only is it about the story of an underdog, but it is about dealing with legacy, identity, and the obstacles that come with being a member of a new generation. Boruto is not content with only being his father's son. Rather, he is passionate about establishing his own unique personality. Not all of the fans have been pleased with this change in themes, while there are those who are excited about the new path that Boruto has taken. There's been a generational transition not only in the narrative, but also in the audience. Boruto possesses a number of strengths. Throughout the course of the series, topics such as influence of technology on society and the challenges of living up to a legacy are explored. These are themes that are relevant to the audience of today, which reflects the development of the anime genre since its inception. In the art of the narrative, evolution is vital. Despite the fact that it is essential to pay respect to the past, it is equally essential to investigate new frontiers. That is exactly what Boruto is attempting to accomplish. Not only is it striving to fly on its own, but it's also in the process of riding on Naruto's coattails. So, what's the verdict on Boruto? This is a series that has, from the very beginning, been walking a tightrope, attempting to strike a balance between a famous legacy and its own distinctive route. Adapting a monthly manga into a weekly anime, battling character development, and navigating the turbulent waters of fan-based dynamics are just some of the challenges that Boruto has faced throughout his journey, which is simply as intriguing as it is challenging. Boruto has, without a doubt, experienced both highs and lows. Its tempo, the filler information it contains, and the behaviors that occur within the fan group have all been subject to criticism. Additionally, it has demonstrated instances of exceptional brilliance, particularly within recent times with Boruto Tubu Vortex, demonstrating that it is capable of standing tall on its own merits. Whether you're a diehard fan of Naruto or just starting out in the world of ninjas, Boruto provides a different perspective that is worth exploring. It serves as a reminder that every story has its own unique set of problems and appeals. Consequently, let us witness the adventure of a new generation with an open mind and take pleasure in it. I am grateful that you allowed me to accompany you on this journey into the land of Boruto. Always keep in mind that the beauty of anime rests in the variety of stories it tells. Continue to discover new things, continue to ask questions, and most importantly, continue to take pleasure in the beautiful world of anime. And until next time, peace out.